When you choose to live off-grid in a trailer in northern Canada, winter doesn't go easy on you. Temperatures dropping to -40 and a polar vortex on the way.
Yeah, it's pretty stuck in there.
The truck is stuck, and things just keep breaking down. And winter reminds us who's really in control. We're a family of 5, 7 if you count our 2 Malamutes, living off-grid in 2 trailers connected by a bridge. We are in the process of building our future off-grid home in the woods, mortgage and debt-free. But first, we need to get through this winter. So today, let's show you what real-life off-grid looks like for us in freezing temperatures. This is Off-Grid with Gina&Thi.
I'm stuck. The road here is like a sheet of ice, and I tried steering this way, but the car just kept on going this way. Yeah, it's pretty stuck in there. I was on my way to take out the garbage, and it's not that much snow, but before there was some ice, so it was very slippery. Alright, I gotta figure out how I'm gonna get this car out of here. Well, I got to walk home, see if I can get the tractor. As you guys can see here, there's like a layer of ice. At least I plowed over here already with the tractor. I mean, I cleaned the road already with the tractor. But I'm having issues with my tire in the tractor. I'm leaking air around the rims, so I'm gonna need to take out the tire, bring it inside to melt the ice, because I think some ice got stuck around the rim. And yeah, gotta fix that first so I can bring the tractor and try to get the truck out of there. Right, so I defrosted the tire, and it seems to be holding pressure now, so let's try it on. Alright, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to pull the truck out of this ditch here. If I had chains in my tractor, I'll be more confident, but I still don't have chains here, so I might have just to dig. Brought some shovels here. Maybe I have to dig under the truck to get that snow from underneath there, but we'll see. clearing around here so I can get underneath there and try to get the snow out of there. And also I'm gonna clear the front area so I have space to try to pull it out. Yeah, so this side over here, it's pretty bad. Already took a bunch of snow out, but still more to go. There's still quite a bit of snow under the truck, but I'm gonna try to pull it just to see what happens. Yeah, no change, no luck. Alright friends, thank the Lord. I was able to, a lot of prayer, a lot of digging. I had to dig like this whole side. Man, it was pretty deep in there. Yeah, I threw in my chain over here on the floor. And yeah, I was able to get out, thank God. Not even gonna attempt to go into town today. I'm just gonna try to reverse over there and turn it around slowly, and then hopefully they'll clean the road tomorrow before I try to make my way into town. So friends, I've ordered some firewood to help me out here for a couple weeks so I can try to get ahead of things. The guy should be here soon, and I think I'm gonna leave it here where I usually park my cars for now until I can figure out where I'm gonna stack it. Alright, so got the firewood delivered. I think it's approximately close to 3 cords, and cost me around 250 American or 340 Canadian. We'll see how long it will last. Hopefully it can help me get a head start on cutting my own wood. So, well, it was advertised as dry, but it's at 28%. Should be between 15 to 20%, so it's not quite dry as it should. Yeah, it's closer to 30%. Not sure how this is gonna burn, but yeah, so that's a little disappointing. I thought if someone advertised selling wood as dry, that it would be dry, but clearly not. I'm still gonna use it. Probably gonna need to leave the damper fully open to allow lots of air so that it burns hotter. so that it doesn't build up too much creosote and I can get a decent amount of heat. But yeah, it is what it is. Lesson: get your firewood ready before next winter. Now I'm trying to clear out a trail here. Look at that, so much snow. Some areas here is like 3 feet or higher. It's crazy. So that red thing over there is the snowblower that I'm trying to get to. So it's going to be very difficult to shovel all this. So I'm trying to come in with the snowblower with the tractor to try to have access to it. Goes all right with the tractor. Have to go slow because there's a lot of snow, but at least it's not compacted. So I haven't broken any shear bolts yet, so that's good. Still deciding if I'm just gonna stack it over here or if I'm gonna try to bring it over there. The problem is over there is a tight space, and I need space to throw the snow, so I might not be able to bring it all the way close there. So I might have to leave it here and just grab some as I need with the tractor or with the sled, get some exercise. Yeah, I think I might just stack it around here, and then I'll park my cars like right in front of it or something, because right now I just have my cars there on the road, so gotta get the cars back in here. So yeah, I'm gonna go inside and call for backup. It's a lot of wood and my back doesn't really enjoy bending too much. Yeah, that's smoking quite a bit and I smell it. Smell of smoke. I put in that piece that I split just to see how it burns. It's not catching too well, but let me get some more air in here. Alright, so I did 2 stacks. I think together they're just over a cord because they're taller than 4 feet and wider than 8 feet. So I think that's probably a cord over there or more. And then the rest here we'll finish tomorrow. Have other things to do, so get back to this tomorrow.
Making some potato salad for lunch, taking advantage of the wood stove. So someone did ask if we cook on top of our wood stove, and yes, I hope that when we build our home, we're going to be able to have one of those wood stoves that are like a cooktop as well, and they have like an oven, a little bit more fancier than this one, but this works well. So lunch should be a good one. I made enough for leftovers. So.
Right there, Atlantic Ocean to the green fertile places called oases. Floor, you're looking for one or two.
The sky is all orange over here. It's around sunset time. Today the temperature was above freezing. It was like 1 degree Celsius. So the snow started melting. The roads are terrible because it's a mixture of like that wet slush. And tonight it's gonna go negative, so it's gonna turn into ice, a lot of spots. So tomorrow I'm not even gonna try to get out of the house. I'm just gonna stay put. The sky looks orange. Looks pretty nice. So we have a problem, friends. My generator is leaking oil. I think it's coming from that gasket over there, like over here, but I'm not 100% sure. I have to take this thing apart so I can take a look. So yeah, I have a lot of work to do on this generator. I gotta switch up the carburetor that I already purchased, and now I saw a video on how to change that gasket on another generator, and it's a lot of work, and I just can't do that right now. Also, I've been thinking of getting an inverter generator because this one does not allow me to run my washing machine. Usually I have to charge a battery and then use the other inverter to run that, so I've been meaning to get another generator. My backup generator that I used last year also broke down. The carburetor started leaking gas into the oil, and so I didn't get a chance to look at that yet. So now I have 2 generators to fix, and but yeah, I went into town. Gina had the truck, so I had to go with my small car, so I wouldn't fit in here, so I had to stick it into the back seat and get it out of the box. So this is I purchased from Canadian Tire, 5,500 starting, so I think it's 4,000 running watts, and it's also tri-fuel. So this time around I'm only using like the premium gas. I'm not using the cheap gas anymore because it clogs up the carburetor, so it costs more money, but since I really need the generators to work properly, I prefer to waste a little bit of money on the gas just to make sure I have the peace of mind that it's not going to clog up the carburetor. So wow, I'm very impressed at how much quieter. It's like 50% quieter than the other generator that I had, and it's more powerful, and it's an inverter one. So let me plug it in and see if everything's working well. I'm about to go outside and change the filters, and my son just told me something. Go ahead, Nicholas, what'd you say?
I don't like this water at all. Man, I'm so used to the filtered water that now when I'm drinking this water, man, it's really bad.
Yeah, I never liked those bottled waters either.
And before it wasn't as bad for me, but now I got used to it.
I don't know. A lot of people claim that they have microplastics in there as well, so it's not really good for you. So I'm gonna be working on my reverse osmosis filters, changing the filters and installing them back. So this was my old filter. I bought this from a different brand, but the connections are different. So this one is like a threaded 1/4 inch, and these ones are just like push fittings. So luckily I found the old fittings that I had from before that came with the filter here, so I think I'll be able to make it work with this other brand. So yeah, this is the last stage. He uses reverse osmosis to take everything out from the water, and then I add the salts, minerals with this alkaline filter. And my water already goes through the UV filter here, so by the time it gets here it should be bacteria free, so I don't need to install another UV filter here.
Even though we live pretty remotely and feel very secure out here, it's still nice to have an extra peace of mind, just knowing everything is okay. We're setting up these cameras up close to our trailer and along our road, so we can see what's happening around us, especially when the kids are outside or if I'm away for work and need to check in or get in touch with Chi. Hey, Chi, I've been trying to contact you.
Hey,
I tried to call you on your phone.
really? I didn't hear it. Oh, my phone might have been on silent. Sorry, what's up?
We're using the Anona Aurora 4K solar security camera, and it works really well for our off-grid setup. It's completely wire-free, solar-powered, and doesn't need a power source or subscription. It has AI detection for people, vehicles, and animals with real-time alerts, and everything is stored locally, which we really appreciate. Because we're in colder temperatures right now, the camera can temporarily go into sleep mode to protect the battery, which is normal for solar cameras in winter. Once temperatures warm up, it resumes as usual. Having that extra visibility around our homestead really does bring a lot of peace of mind. So we want to give a huge thank you to Anona for partnering with us on today's video. We'll leave all the details linked below for anyone who wants to look into it.
And I've been postponing cleaning the snow over here, but the roof is starting to bend over here, the metal. I have to do it. I have to put on my snowshoes to go all the way around. Well, friends, it's crazy how much snow is around here. I'm actually standing and my eye level is like the top of the gazebo here. Standing on a pile of snow.
You guys ready to eat?
Yeah?
Oh, sorry.
Are you gonna fuck me?
Yeah.
I look like a monster.
Max, are you ready to eat? He's so ready. Yo, are you happy? Yeah. I left my slow cooker at my mom's house when we were over the holidays. I like doing stuff in big batches for them, but that's okay. You guys ready, my loves? You ready? Blue, you ready? Talk to mommy. Blue, talk to mommy.
A few weeks ago I bought a new generator and it's been working quite well. It was working quite well. I was even going to mention that I had no trouble starting this generator when it's like negative 25 Celsius outside, and I don't even need the propane. I just turn on the choke and off it goes. But my previous generator wasn't starting especially when it was cold. But I think it had problems already with the carburetor and other stuff, so that's why I was having trouble starting in the cold temperatures. But today, this generator, the new one, just started running terribly. I was like, oh man, am I gonna have to return this already? But I reached the 50-hour maintenance. I checked the oil was fine, so I just let it be. But maybe I should have checked the exhaust over here. It's looking pretty bad. So I'm gonna clean this up and see if I can get it to run. I have a safety feature here. That does not sound good, guys. I'm gonna put it back, but I don't think I fixed the problem here. I've been running the most expensive fuel here to prevent issues, and still. I'm gonna see the spark plugs next, see if I can get it running better. Alright, let's give it a try. Oh, wow. Last thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try to change the oil. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do. So I was able to get it running, but it's very dysregulated. Like, the RPMs are super high. And I just noticed over here, this part on top of the carburetor, the wires are like broken. So yeah, I don't know if I'll be able to fix that. I might have to return this, or need to order parts for it, but it's still under warranty, so I have to decide what I'm gonna do here. Well, I just came back from town, just wasted my time there. So they do not accept returns or exchanges on their generators. That is Canadian Tire here. So but at least I learned a valuable lesson, or didn't really learn, but reinforced the lesson that I have to make sure that my backup generators are working. So as soon as I purchased the new generator, I should have started working on the backup one. But there's so many things to do around here, like the snow. Every week, at least twice a week, I need to clean these roads and stuff. All the structures around that I have to remove the snow from the top of, so it's hard to keep up with everything. So yeah, I have to. I'm gonna try fixing the generator myself. I'm gonna try to fix those wires, see if it works. I also bought a gasket kit. Not a gasket kit, but like this paste that's supposed to make gaskets. So I'm gonna see if I can get the backup generator working for now until I can order the gasket, and I don't know how long that's gonna take to get here, so I'm gonna try to get these two generators working. Okay, so this is the piece I'm gonna try to repair. This wire connections over here. There's like some sort of silicone over here. I'm gonna have to try to remove it so I can have space to be able to strip off the wire and connect it again. Yeah, Ideally, I would just order a new one of these, but I'm kind of in a pinch right now when I get this running, so I don't know if I'll have enough space to take out this screw over here and this one to be able to work on this, because it's hard to work over here. Barely have any space, and there's such tiny wires that I have to take it out. So let me see if I can get it out. This is turning out to be quite the mission here. I had to take this whole thing apart so I can try to move the fuel tank out of the way to take out that piece over there. Taking breaks in between because my hands are freezing. It's like -20 outside. Yeah, this connection is really badly made. Let me see if I can fix this up. Well, friends, good news. It's getting late the other day, so I didn't record the whole process, but I put that part back and the generator worked perfectly for about an hour until after I think one of my soldering wires wasn't really making a good connection. Like, it's very small and hard to get a good length of wire to be able to do a proper connection, so I think it broke. So I can only, after 1 hour, the generator started acting up again, so now I can only run it at like 50% of its capacity. So as long as I keep it under 2000 watts, it works. Once it kicks into a higher speed, then it's not working because probably one of the wires broke there. So I'm gonna have to get a replacement part. It's the weekend now, so I'm gonna try calling them on Monday, see if I can get another part. In the meantime, I'm gonna start working on my other generator. I was kind of avoiding having to do it in the winter, but I need a working backup generator, so I'm gonna have to do it. I'm afraid I might have to remove the generator. Yeah, so like the stator, all those parts need to come off so I can take a look at the gasket there that goes in between the electrical component and the mechanical engine. So that might be where my leak is, I think. So that's a lot of work, and I'm gonna have to find a space, a warm space to be able to work in. And it's kind of crammed in here inside my trailer, so I might have to try to empty out the shed over there and put a heater there or something so I can try to do this. Yeah, but it's a nice day here today. The sky is not completely clear, but I think we can get some good solar production. So as my new tradition is, I'm gonna go clean up the solar panels here. Last night I plowed. I always say plowed, but I didn't plow because I didn't use the plow, I used the snowblower. But I cleared the roads last night because today is a bit colder. So last night was -15 Celsius, and today it's like -20 Celsius. So I opted to doing it yesterday so I didn't have to deal with the cold today. And I only broke my shear bolt once, so I also wanted to get some tips from you guys that have snowblowers like mine. How fast are you guys able to go on it? Because I'm scared of going too fast and then breaking the shear bolt, depending on the amount of snow that's on the ground. Because it seems like the shear bolt keeps on breaking all the time, so I have to be very careful to like don't go too fast. At least that's what I think. But I know it recommends grade 5 bolts, and I'm not sure if the one that I have is a grade 5 because it's the only one I could find at the hardware store. Anyways, if you guys know anything about this tractor PTO snowblowers and shear bolts, give me some tips. I would appreciate them. Yeah, today was a good day for production. It's been a while since I've seen this number, so I was getting close to 2,000 here, another 1,500 there. I was able to charge to almost 80% and might still get over that. It's not good just for the solar and the batteries, but also for mental health. Notice the sun just helps me be in a better mood, and vitamin D. Well, Gina and the kids went to their grandma's house, so I'm stuck on walking the dogs duty. Blue's off leash. And Max wants to join him. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. So yeah, we're not letting these two off leash anymore. Not together. So I was able to get in touch with the company from my generator. They're gonna send me a new, what it's called, I forgot the name, but it's like an electrical governor for the carburetor. So they're gonna send me one, and I'm gonna replace it myself. Meanwhile, I'm running tests on this generator to see where the oil leak is coming from. It's hard to tell because it only starts leaking sometimes, so I'm letting it run. I wiped it all out so I can try to see where the leak is coming from. And now I'm trying on getting my other backup generator that I put over here under a plywood. It's over there, and there's like 3 feet or more of snow over here, so I gotta clear up all this snow. Okay, let the fun begin. So initially I thought the leak was coming from that big gasket, the head gasket, but I think it's coming from the seal, like the circle seal that's around the shaft, I believe. So regardless, I'm gonna have to take the thing apart. So I already ordered some parts for that, so should be getting here soon. But in the meantime, it does run still. It leaks oil. I have to keep an eye on it. And the other one also I'm able to run. I soldered the wires there, so it's running so I prefer not to run it, the other generator, until I get the part, so I don't damage anything in there. Well, today's one of those days you don't want to go outside. It's negative 33 Celsius without the windshield. With the windshield, it's probably negative 40 right now. In here, it's 21. Under my trailer is close to 1 Celsius. I have the small heater going down there. That's the other trailer in the floor, so just to keep track of the batteries there. Although I don't want to go outside, I know someone who does. Right, Blue? You want to go outside? Although these dogs can handle very cold temperatures, I was worried because it's like negative 35 outside Celsius. So, but yeah, it's not recommended more than 10 minutes walk at this weather, especially if they're indoor dogs and they're not used to being outside that much. So I know, Blue, we're gonna go for a short walk. Just an airplane. Go potty, Max. That's as far as we're gonna go. Come on, guys. It's potty time. Alright, let's turn around. Okay, Max, come on. Focus. Good job, Blue. I'll give you some privacy. What about you, sir? Where's the potty? Come on. Today has been a good day for solar. I'm charging the Blue Eddy over here. These ones are 98% microwatt batteries. I'm using 2 kilowatts here. I'm producing close to 2 kilowatts over there. And over here as well, I'm producing 2.1 and I'm using 2.1. Well, I'm impressed. 2,600 from this panel and another 2,600 from the other one. That's like 5,200 or 5.2 kilowatts being produced right now. I haven't gotten these numbers in a long time. So the extreme temperatures are done. Now we're just back to the regular cold, which is nice. I'm actually learning to enjoy the winter season. Bug free. That's a positive. But in a couple of days or in a few days, they're predicting a polar vortex, which could bring temperatures close to negative 50 Celsius. So it's gonna be fun. I'm gonna have to go into town to refill my propanes because unfortunately the wood stove alone, in days where it's like negative 30s and 40s outside, it's not enough, especially if I don't have hardwoods that is dry. So I use propane to supplement with my propane furnace. So I'm gonna go into town later on and refill my bottles so that I can get through those cold periods. Yeah, who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Careful, Max, he's coming fast. Okay. All right, misters. Come. they're happy they got to go outside today for a long walk. Yesterday we only went for our potty breaks because it was so cold. So they were more than eager to go outside for a nice walk, a nice snow bath. Okay guys, go Blue, go. When I bought my solar system, the gentleman told me that in the winter you actually produce more than in the summer, and I didn't believe him, but wow, that's almost maxing out. 3,800, almost 4,000 watts. I'm pretty much almost at let me calculate the efficiency here, but wow, that's the most I've ever gotten. And obviously I have to turn up my loads because just charging the batteries, I wouldn't be able to draw all the energy. Yeah, so I'm charging 4,000 watts here and 2,300 here, so that's 6,300 watts of solar energy coming in right now. Be nice if every day was sunny like this in the winter. Yeah, but the peak production here is like from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. maybe. Only have like a couple hours. So whenever I'm at the peak, I have to plug in all the stuff. Right now I'm charging the anchor here. I still haven't finished wiring my panel here, but I only have two 15 amps and one 30 amp, which is my trailer plug. So I charge here. I'm charging a battery bank. That's going 600 watts here. Charging another one here with the Blue Eddy. And I got another 1,000 watts into this one here. Oh yeah, I had everything discharged, which is not even good. I'm supposed to keep it at like 70% charge if you're storing it. But I used up everything, and I didn't want to use the gas in the generator to be charging everything. So, but this was the best week so far off grid. We got like 2 days so far of like partially cloudy, but really good solar production. And God knows I need it because I'm still working on the generators. The parts just arrived. The gaskets that I'm going to be changing on my Firewood 3,500 watt generator. So I'm going to be working on that soon because it is winter time here and the weather is not the greatest. But so far so good. But this week has been great. Yeah, so basically when it's at solar peak production, I have to turn on the loads. Because if I don't, then the solar panels will only be using like half of what it could. Because there's only so much energy that can go into the batteries at once. So before I never realized that, so I never took advantage of all the solar. But now I'm starting to understand better, so I know how to work with it a little bit better. Hands are freezing. Blue, help me. Help me, Blue. Ah, that's not helping. Here. Thank you, my love. Thank you. Ah, Blue. Be nice. Be gentle. Thank you, Maxi Bear.
Days like these aren't easy, but they remind us that every hard moment is part of building our future. One step, one day, one lesson at a time. Thanks for being here with us. See you in the next one.